Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Dutchman Plays Mahjong Soul. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be heading back to our summertime anecdotes, doing the little visual novel section of the game. It ends at 9:02. This might be my last chance to get a recording of this. So hopefully you can sit back, relax, and enjoy. A productive day starts with hard work. Come on, you can do it. Against the backdrop of a Subway inspirational ad, another day as a cafe employee begins. Luckily, working in a cafe isn't all rushing about all the time. Outside peak times, it could even be described as leisurely. Now is the time we usually receive most of our delivery orders, and as it happens, I catch sight of a familiar address, Lotus Gardens. As expected, another almost imperceptible frown crossed 837's face when he saw the address. Please unlock the previous story first. I did! Anyways, we'll make the delivery for him. Well, I kind of know the delivery ropes now, and it's the same customer at the same address. I walk to 837 and wave my hand in front of his face. After getting his attention, I pick up the delivery box with ease. A productive day starts with hard work, and hard work starts with a good mindset. Just let me handle this delivery today. It's okay. Anyway, I can. Well, if that's the way it has to be. Consider it an order from your employer. Clearly not expecting me to suddenly call myself his employer, 837 is stunned for a moment. Luckily, he quickly realizes I'm joking to release some of the pressure. Looks like I may have underestimated you. Indeed, you're more than capable to handle a simple delivery. I'll leave it to you then. Unless my ears deceive me, that was the sound of 837 making a joke. Nice progress, 837. Standing in front of the familiar door, I can't help but sigh with emotion. Yesterday, I never would have guessed that my second meeting with Saturn would come so soon. Saturn's just as quick as last time, opening the door before the chime of the bells has faded. As I expected, you'd be the one making the delivery today, too. Probably should have used that comma there. Yes, Mr. Saturn, I've got your delivery right here. Taking the bag in my hands, Saturn opens it and looks inside. 2 bottles of sparkling orange lie coolly within. I noticed that you ordered 2 bottles of sparkling orange again. Is your friend who canceled yesterday coming today? Well, I do hope to have a guest, but not that gentleman. I don't know if you have time today, but I'd like to treat you to afternoon tea. I can't really say that this invitation is totally unexpected, and it would be rude to decline, as I'd promised Saturn yesterday, so I nodded and followed him through to the garden. Good looking dude. What strikes me is the brightly colored tablecloth that now adorns the table, on which is piled even more of my favorite snacks. The flower bouquets have also changed from yesterday's lilies to today's pink roses. Dewdrops roll down the delicately scented petals, reflecting the soft light and gladdening the heart of all who see it. I have to admit, Saturn is a meticulous and considerate person. It was lovely meeting you yesterday, but I fear I was unable to entertain you properly in such a rush. I do hope you'd be able to enjoy yourself more today. So, you prepared such a lavish spread just for me? What if someone else came to deliver? Well now, I thought that because we had such a lovely conversation yesterday, you'd be willing to come again. And I was correct, was I not? Even though the main reason I'm here is that 837 refused to deliver here, Saturn's not wrong. I really did enjoy my conversation with him and didn't mind coming back. I suppose so, but you should know that I'm only working at Eternity Complete temporarily. In a few days, this job will be over, and you won't see me in this capacity again. Alas, sorry to hear that. I was very much looking forward to conversing further, as I feel the blood of the city running through your veins and would love to learn more about this place. Huh? If that's the case, I guess I've been in Wanhan City a while now and experienced a lot. Though I can't say I know everything there is to know, I do think I've got a good grasp of the place. So I take it that it's alright to ask you a few questions about this fair city? Of course. Let me see. Recently I've been hearing something about the 4 great Janshis of Wanhan City. Do you know anything about them? Strictly speaking, I don't really know much about the 4 great Janshis. I haven't met any of them except for Kazuha Sayonji, It's not like I know a lot about her other than that she is the master of the Nishiha Dojo. She has never once told me about how she became one of the four greats. All I know is hearsay, that there was a grand intense tournament where the final round was even closed to the public. Choosing my words carefully, I tell Saturn what little I know. Probably everyone in Wonhan City has heard the legend of the four great Janshis, but most people only know that they've acquired their status through a tournament of Mahjong Soul's shrine. Ha! Sure enough, everyone seems to have the same level of knowledge about them. It makes me wonder if that tournament even exists. There may be someone who knows a bit more. The image of Miki Nikaido floats into my mind. All the legends of the four greats I'd heard were from her, and she'd actually been there at the last tournament. Oh? Then would you mind asking this knowledgeable insider for me? Let's investigate, Mr. Saturn. Sure, but may I ask you something? No need for such formality. Feel free to ask any questions you have. I'm just curious why you want to know about the four greats. Haha, my apologies. I just remembered I haven't told you what I do. I'm a gemstone dealer. Gemstones? I'm sorry, I can't quite see how that relates to the four greats. Perhaps this is a particular habit of mine, haha. As I'm sure you know, different customs and habits abound in this world of ours. I have found in my business travels that the further east people live, the more they like to use various things to represent good wishes, and gemstones are an example of such. As an example, in Wonhan City, people often believe that amethysts protect knowledge, diamonds represent enduring love, and rubies are conducive to health and longevity. So it behooves someone in my profession to understand the local customs and legends wherever they go. Call it market research, if you will. I consider Saturn's words and agree that alongside extolling the exquisite beauty of gemstones, people often discuss what good luck each of them symbolized. So you want to use the legend of the four greats to sell gemstones? Well, yes, but that's only part of it. Collaboration with people that can represent a particular area can help me expand my business and boost its popularity in that area. As he says this, he shakes the sparkling orange in his hand, agitating the tiny bubbles to seethe more vigorously. Saturn squints at the churning bubbles with a smile, before suddenly lowering his voice and addressing me. Of course. Most importantly, humans have an innate and unavoidable curiosity. Whenever one hears of such a common legend, known to all the locals, is it not only natural to wish to discover the truth behind the tale, to find out why it became a legend? Although Saturn has thrown in a lot of business jargon, I understand the last sentence. Gossip is human nature. To be honest, I'm a little, well, surprised. I wouldn't have guessed that we were kindred spirits. Oh? Do I not look like a seeker of knowledge? I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't be the first thing that came to mind. Your appearance is more that of a serious and solemn business mogul. Perhaps that's due to my many years locked in battles of wits and wile with other businessmen. If possible, I still wish to show you my more approachable side. After all, I feel as if we're already friends now, no? If that's the case, it looks like I need to pull out all the stops to help my friend satisfy his curiosity. Well said. Here's a toast to our friendship. Saturn raises his sparkling orange to me with a slight smile, then takes a small sip. This type of sweet yet acidic fruity flavor, combined with a tantalizing dance of the bubbles, makes his beverage like a dream, enticing people to imbibe, but loath to finish. I recall what Saturn told me before, about how there was no sparkling orange where he came from. Even though it's a boringly common drink for me, I think I understand his feeling. If you really like it that much, why don't you come to Eternity and have some freshly made? I always think that takeouts, no matter how carefully prepared and protected, always taste a little different. What an exciting idea. I'll find some time to come by. When I get back from Saturn's place, Ichihime seems to look at me with a twinkle in her eye. What's going on? I heard everyone talking, yeah. Master was so brave. Even the most capable A37 dare not make his delivery, yet Master went alone and came back safe and sound, yeah. Hold on, since when has it evolved into this? No, maybe it's better to ask why making a delivery to Saturn has been described as such a dangerous undertaking. It's not what you think, Ichihime. Master is too humble. Ichihime knows what's up, nya. No, you don't have a clue. I go home after such a busy day, and the promise I made to Saturn comes to mind. Maybe I should just go and ask Miki for him after work tomorrow. I haven't seen Miki for ages anyway. I wonder how she's doing lately. And that's day 3. Quick water break and we'll move on to day 4. Alright, here we go. I just bought a key for Eldarian Ring. I got an extra one too as a gift. While I change in the staff room, an unbelievable notification pops up on my phone. There's a kind stranger offering keys to Eldarian Ring. Isn't that the game that's sweeping the world right now? But as I tap on it, I see it was from the Mahjong group chat. An alarm goes off in my head like crazy. I read it again carefully, and sure enough. The thing is, the fellows in this group are a bunch of trolls, and 9 times out of 10 it's best to take everything they say with a pinch of salt. But after spending so much time with them, I kinda want to do a little trolling myself. So I still decide to forward the message to the cafe group chat. I just bought a key for Eldarian Ring. I got an extra one too as a gift. Cat Crazy Thursday v me 50. Still don't know what it means. Really? I can have it? Yeah? Eldarian Ring? What's that? It sounds like the name of some cake. I knew it was Dutch at first glance. I can't believe it took you this long to buy this game. I've already finished it. However, I'm not averse to offering a few pointers if you ask nicely. But which system is the key for? The game's on all platforms, right? But I'm not very good at games. Maybe Mr. Rabbit would like to play together? Please no more. Please no more. Don't get scammed. Sure enough, A37 is the hardest one to fool in this group. How many lessons has he learned to be this cautious? After changing my clothes, I go back out, only to find everyone talking about the message. A37 is industriously cleaning out the cat's litter box, but raises his head and gives me an exasperated look when he hears me approach. I never expected to feel guilty when I actually succeeded in trolling someone. Ahaha, maybe we should all take another look at what I sent? Cat Crazy. That's not right. It's Cat Crazy Thursday v me 50. It's KEC Crazy Thursday, give me 50 bucks? I can't help but applaud Sherry's wit. Momo, standing at the side, isn't too sure what happened, but joins in the applause anyways. Only Hinata stands in a huff, hands on hips. I'm never gonna believe Dutch ever again. My bad, my bad. To make it up to you all, let me treat everyone to KEC today. I guess that's their chicken place. Seeing as I decided to treat everyone to KEC, I intended to go pick it up myself. Ichihime volunteers to come with me to help carry things, and I agreed. After all, she always orders the most, so I'll let her carry her own stuff back. Thinking about what happened yesterday, this is a perfect opportunity to ask Ichihime. Ask her about the 4 greats. Ichihime, as a priestess of Mahjong Soul Shrine, do you know anything about the famed tournament? Of course, nya. It's a tournament where the winners can make a wish to the master of the shrine, nya. Even the little children in Wonhan City know this. How could I not? Then could you be a little bit more specific? Ichihime stops and looks at me with suspicion. How could I know before the tournament begins? They'll only publish the rules once it starts. Master's being very weird today, nya. Eh? I thought that someone who works at the Mahjong Soul Shrine like you would know the process in advance. No way, nya. Each tournament has different rules. We only know what they are once it kicks off. Alright, so how about last time? Ichihime looks confused and a little at loss, and she mumbles so quietly I have a hard time hearing her. Last time... What was it? How strange, I should know that. No way. Did this tournament have some sort of brainwashing effect going on? Not even their own people were spared? It's kind of scary to think about. Maybe I should ask about the 4 great Janshis. She's got to remember them. Let's talk about something else. Do you know the 4 great Janshis? Well, yes, but not that well, nya. Knows them, but not well. Hee hee. I suddenly hear 2 voices. Following the sound, I see Kaguya-hime, whom I haven't seen for a while. Why ask Midget over there when you could ask me? For you, Dutch, there's nothing I wouldn't tell you. Oh, you again? Bad rabbit. I was just wondering why I hadn't seen the midget at the shrine recently, and now I know. Gone to the cafe, eh? And what of it? It's nothing to do with you anyway, nya. Oh, midget. Seeing as you like the cafe so much, why don't I help you by taking over Mahjong Soul Shrine? After all, however you look at it, it's much more appropriate for someone of my status to be in charge. Just think about it, eh? Hee hee hee. Not a chance, nya. Seeing that they're about to go at it, I quickly intercede and change the subject. Interject, maybe? I don't know. Intercede probably works. Haha, let's put a pin in that. Why don't you tell me about the 4 great Janshis more importantly, Kaguya-hime? Be careful, master. Bad rabbit is a liar, nya. Tisk tisk, I have never deceived you. Not once. That's a lie itself. You mortals are so vexing. Always questioning the gods. Be that as it may, shall we play a game? Should you win, I will tell you nothing but the truth. But should you lose, hee hee, I say nothing at all. No harm in trying. What do you want to play? There's nothing particular convenient to play at the moment, but isn't it lucky I happen to have a few Mahjong tiles on me? Let's see. Now who will be today's big loser? Okay, we've got red and white. Now what? I'm going to move them randomly, and your task is to pick one. If you choose red, I shall tell you a tidbit about the 4 greats. And seeing as you're on good terms with Kazuha Sayonji, I think 3 rounds should suffice, hee hee. I wasn't expecting a game of luck. Being blessed by the gods is also a kind of strength, mortal. Kaguya-hime opens her fan, upon which are 2 Mahjong tiles facing down. Which one should I choose? Everyone knows right is right. The right tile. Oh, let's go! I knew I was right to favor you, hee hee. Let me think about who I should tell you about first. Kurone Tojo. She's the manager of the geisha house Countless Springs, and the most famous geisha in all of Wanhan City. She's also in charge of one of the city's 7 major dojos. Now that I think about it, 4 greats each has their very own Mahjong dojo. If Dutch really wants to approach them, perhaps it's safer to start from here, hee hee. Please don't say that in such a weird way. It'll make people think I have ulterior motives. Could it possibly be that I misunderstood something? Are you not asking about them specifically because you do have some motives? If curiosity is also an aim. However, this is not important. Come, choose again. Let my divine self see how lucky you are, you who have long had my favor. Kaguya-hime turns around and rearranges a tile. When she turns back, her fan again shows 2 tiles facing down. Which one to choose this time? I think she's gonna switch it. Take left. Left tile. Dang it. It seems you're not nearly devout enough to me, so no luck this time. It's white, hee hee. I'll get it next time. Now, mortal, your final chance. Kaguya-hime turns around once more, then presents me with a fan and the 2 tiles facing down. My last chance. Better make the most of it. So it's been red on the right twice. It's definitely going to be on the left this time. Oh, you jerk. Oh ho! Didn't your horoscope tell you that left is a big no-no today? Teehee, it's white. How can someone really not change positions 3 times in a row? Dude, I just got doxxed. How can someone really think that positions will change each time? Very well, the game is over. Look, am I not fair? Guessed right, I told you. Guessed wrong, I did not. Teehee, how could I possibly trick anyone? Well, great deity, what if I want to know more about the tournament? Hush, mortal, that will command a different price, and one which you can ill afford at present. Hee hee. How about a little discount? Right as I'm negotiating with Kaguya-hime, I suddenly notice that Ichihime is being abnormally quiet today, just sitting there and watching us with a totally blank expression. Maybe it's a trick of the sun, but for a second I seem to see golden light swirling in her eyes. Suddenly she steps forward and looks at me seriously. Do you want to take part in the Mahjong tournament, Dutch? What makes you suddenly ask that? Do you want to take part in the Mahjong tournament, Dutch? Ichihime ignores my question, instead taking a step closer and continuing to ask me. Oh, midget, can you not see that Dutch isn't interested? Why not ask me? Kagehime pulls me aside with a wicked smile, then leans in close to Ichihime until their noses almost touch. Or... Your ice cream is melting, Dutch. I look down, and sure enough, I'd spent so long playing with Kagehime at the side of the road that the ice cream is already lopsided. Oh. In that case, good luck, mortal. Kagehime takes the food from Ichihime and stuffs it into my arms, then shoves me several steps towards the cafe. It's best if I take your place in the tournament. As for this food, well, if you're not back in 5 minutes, there won't be anything left to eat. I look at Ichihime, who seems to have no intention of returning to the cafe with me just yet. She wouldn't really let Kagehime play, would she? There's no time to ask further, however, as the more pressing matter is to bring the food back. Ichihime doesn't get back from her discussion with Kagehime until it's almost time to get off work. Maybe the tournament's rules are too complicated, and that's why they took so long? I gotta say, I kind of admire the guts it takes to brazenly skip work like that. But then again, I think about the deliveries I made for Saturn over the past couple of days, and I seem to have wasted a lot of work time too. Could it be that Ichihime and I are like they say, a crooked stick will have a crooked shadow? Nah, how can I even say that about ourselves? We just shine at work in our own ways. However, at the end of the day, I still call up Miki, and what I'm told is basically the same as what Kagehime said. Only, to my surprise, she, just like Ichihime, has no recollections for the specifics of the match. Perhaps only the 4 Greats themselves and the missing Master of the Shrine have the answers to these mysteries. That's day 4 done. One more episode to go, and we're going to take a quick bathroom break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Let's move on to day 5, the final episode of the Summertime Anecdotes. We're probably not going to go back and do any of the side stories. That'll just take a while. Hey, Dutch, it's your day off tomorrow. When I arrived at the cafe, I immediately received a rest day notice from Reina, which said I would have tomorrow off. Me joining the cafe has helped lighten the workload for the whole team, and everyone can have rotating days off. For example, A37 is off today. Speaking of A37, I know it's his day off today, but this morning he was already gone by the time I was ready to leave for work. How can he be even busier than normal on his rest days? Oh, Mr. A, he came by in the morning when we just opened. He bought some drinks and then left. Oh, what did he buy? I didn't really pay attention, though to be fair, I rarely see him drink anything but ice water. But he couldn't have just bought some ice water, could he? I don't think that's very likely. I mean, if he wanted ice water, he could have just gone to our fridge. There's nothing special added to Eternity's ice water, right? The thing is, A37 comes and goes like a ninja. I can barely keep track of where he is or what he's doing, though it's probably not that important. I, on the other hand, have something important to do today. Go find Saturn and tell him what I learned. Remembering the lovely afternoon tea to which Saturn had invited me, I think it's about time to return the favor. That's why I intend to treat him to his favorite sparkling orange. Seeing as we still have a bit of time before the rush starts, I asked Reina how to make it, but it's a bit more complicated than I thought. There's actually a secret Eternity recipe. Reina smiles playfully at my somewhat amazed expression. Seems you've really underestimated us, Dutch. Eternity has secret recipes for everything, including our ice water. It's just that not many people order it, so I haven't had the chance to tell you. I take back what I said earlier about there's nothing special being added to Eternity's ice water. It seems like A37 might actually come to get ice water. Ice water, ice water, ice water, ice water. When the cafe is pretty empty, Reina doesn't usually ask too much about what we're doing. As she says herself, as long as we fulfill our responsibilities, then occasionally loafing around can actually make the job more fun. So after cleaning up, I take some ice-cold sparkling water over to Saturn. Saturn seems a little surprised when I turn up at his house. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have warned you I was going to come by. Is it a bad time? No, not at all. It's actually a surprise. Please, come in, my friend. I follow Saturn to the usual spot, only to unexpectedly discover a mahjong table where the dining table had been before. By the looks of things, a game had only just ended. Oh, were you just playing mahjong? I wouldn't quite say that. I've heard that there's a game that's currently quite popular in Wonhan City. Which tile to discard, so I wanted to try it out. I've actually heard of this which tile to discard game. Usually there are several different choices when it comes to the endgame, and everyone chooses different tactics depending on their own understanding of the game. A lot of the time, a group will even discuss which playstyle is the safest to adopt. Saturn motions me to sit opposite him, taking my seat. I notice a Mahjong hand in front of me. 1 mon, 2 mon, 3 mon, 3 mon, 4 mon, 5 mon, 7 mon, 8 mon, 9 mon, 4 so, even though it's actually a 6 so, 7 pin, and the pair is double 3 pin. The 9 discarded tiles indicate that it's already the 9th turn. The most fascinating thing about Mahjong is how different people play the same hand. He nods to me, and I knowingly draw a tile from the wall. It's the 5 so. I'm curious how you'd play this, ignoring round win, current points, and all that. I consider the current situation as if it were me. It's a Ryanman, wait. Reach Pinfu. Turn 9. We can't see what the 6s are like, or what tile is Dora. And he didn't mention that it was the red 5. I would still go Reach on this. Reach Pinfu is pretty good. I'd reach you with a 7 pin. Can you explain your thinking? Well, looking at the current discards in my hand, I'm in Tempai waiting for one of 5 tiles, and I've got a good pattern here. Moreover, all the 1 pin are gone, but not a single 2 pin has appeared, so maybe they're all still in the wall. If that's the case, I could get 2 Urador if I'm lucky. Aha, so it's like that. I used to think that doing business was a tactical and thrilling battle of wits, but Richie Mahjong is no less exciting. That it is. If you hadn't staked to ignore the points and all that, I think there could have been a lot more options too. It's just as I thought. You're talented at this sort of Mahjong. Have you ever considered entering a tournament? A tournament? I presume you're calling upon me today because you have some answers to what we discussed before. Following Saturn's reminder, I recall the reason for my visit today, and carefully recount what I know about the 4 great Janshis. Seeing as he's just mentioned it, I also tell him about the Mahjong Soul Shrine Tournament. Saturn listens to me carefully, while at the same time tapping the table with the knuckle of his middle finger, and muttering something under his breath. How interesting. Even the organizers don't remember the rules. As happens, the tournament I just mentioned is precisely this one. How come you know things that even the Mahjong Soul Shrine Priestess doesn't? Haha, we businessmen have our own sources, but I suppose it can't hurt to tell you that Wonhan City has many information brokers. They loiter in the back alleys of the marketplaces, but provide reliable information, if you can afford it. Well, how do they know so much about the tournament? Because one of the 4 greats recently got word that the Mahjong Soul Shrine Tournament will soon be held once more. Really? When? That is up to Her Highness, the priestess of the Mahjong Soul Shrine. After all, is she not the true representative of the shrine's master? Moreover, it's hard to imagine such an innocent girl taking on such a heavy burden. Thinking of Ichihime's personality, it really is hard to imagine her running such an important tournament. That being said, when I think about it, Ichihime single-handedly keeps the Mahjong Soul Shrine immaculate. While in some things she can be a little ditzy, but with the help of Manjiro, she has managed the shrine perfectly for many years, never failing to hold special occasions and celebrations of all sizes. Ichihime's real ability is always overlooked, thanks to her appetite and tendency to go for all simples. I'd like to think she can. Despite her appearance, Ichihime has constantly done well as the Mahjong Soul Shrine Priestess. Well, I trust you, and if you vouch for her, then I'll trust her as well. Are you thinking of taking part in the tournament, Saturn? Is that an invitation to play with you? I suppose it is. I don't think many people would refuse a chance to take part in a tournament with a friend. Well, I must not let my friend down. Haha, today's shaping up to be a good day. Not only have we cleared up some of the mystery surrounding the legend, but we've got an appointment in the diary too. I do believe this calls for a celebration. Saturn's word reminded me of the sparkling orange by my side. I take it out quickly and count myself lucky that the scorching temperature hasn't affected the insulating bag. Tiny drops of water condense on the outside of the bottle when it meets the warm outside air. Seeing this, Saturn claps his hands and asks the butler who was standing close by to take it, who then uses a napkin to wipe away the water droplets on the bottle and hands it back to me. I can't recall ever seeing a butler in attendance the previous times, so can't help but look at him a few more times. I see 2 empty bottles on a wooden tray, itself placed atop a metal shelf behind the butler. I can't be certain how far away they are, but their shapes are similar to that of the sparkling orange bottle in my hand. In order to maintain its unique charm, most things in Eternity are custom made, including this bottle, which was carefully designed by Reina's uncle. In a flash, Hinata's words pop into my head. Mr. A came by in the morning when we just opened. He bought some drinks and then left. Could A37 have come here? But he clearly refused to make deliveries here. As if sensing my wandering thoughts, Saturn calls out to me solicitously. Dutch? Are you okay? You look a bit spaced. I'm fine, it's just that I've been out for too long. I worry that going back too late will mean more work for the others. I didn't tell Saturn the real reason, and anyway, it's all conjecture at present. Even if they do know each other, it would be polite to ask directly about their relationship. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you have to go back to work. I'm always like this when I'm with you, nattering away so much that I forget the time, haha. Me too. I enjoy chatting with you, Saturn. Really? I'm flattered. I would hope, if possible, that even when you're not working at Eternity, you might occasionally still visit me as you've done today. You are, after all, my first real friend in Wanhan City. Saturn said this very earnestly. While I don't know what his interpersonal relationships are like, I do know that there are often things that powerful people have to do, whether they like it or not. Perhaps I seem harmless to him, seeing as I'm not part of any faction or someone that he needs to be wary of. Maybe I should visit him more often. I smile and nod, taking my leave as he watches me depart. I feel a stab of concern when I get home and see the dark loft, so I hurriedly go up. No words of farewell, nor mention of a return. As soon as I see the money neatly arranged on the table in the loft, I just know. A37 is gone. I pick the money up and have a look. If I'm not mistaken, this should be his salary for the time he worked at Eternity. The more I think about it, where A37 might go, the more I realize how little I actually know about him. He's like a mysterious traveler, erasing all traces of his own existence, just like how he left his bed, without even a crease, as if no one had ever slept in it. I seal the money in an envelope and put it in the drawer of his bedside table. I think he'll be back. I can't say when, but I know the bonds between people are not so easily broken. And that's it for our Mahjong story. If you liked that episode, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening. Goodbye.